Okay, now in today's lecture, we are going to see what I mean by work breakdown structure. Work breakdown structure is very important while doing the project management. Okay, to manage the project, we have to divide the whole work in small tasks so that can be manageable. Okay, and if the work is manageable, you can complete your project on time and uh, effectively. Okay, so work breakdown structure is very important. Now we'll see what in by work breakdown structure, which is generally known as a WBS, stands for work breakdown structure, where the entire project is broken into small, doable and manageable work units. Okay, whole work is divided into small tasks. This level of work unit is called as a deliverables and work packages. Okay, when the whole project is divided into small units, that is called as a deliverables or a work packages. These may further be divided to a smaller level when this becomes assignable to resources. Okay, you have to divide your whole project in a such a way that it becomes a small task, and that small task is uh, like that you can assign or you can deploy resources for that work. Okay, up to that you have to divide your work. Eventually it grows in a tree like structure where the each leaf is a responsibly small or manageable work items. WBS is a essential part of project management and execution. Project manager uses it for efficiently managing the project. Good project manager keep breaking the work in a smaller unit till they feel a control over the requirement and find the small assignable unit of a work. Okay, a good project manager always divide his work or his project in a very small task till he can assign to till he can assign some resources on that task, and he feels that the now work is in our control. Okay, controllable work, till that he can divide his work, and as they got comfortable with requirements, they can estimate and efforts reasonably. The division further help them in task planning and assignment and draw the network diagram. Okay, now this is the general structure of a WBS work breakdown structure. See, this is the project. Now the project main project is divided into some small project that is called as a sub project. Okay, now sub project is again divided into deliverables. Okay, deliverables again divide some in small tasks, that is we called as a work packages, and work packages are again divided into very small tasks. Okay, so this task is such a way that you can assign resources on to this task, and this is controllable. Okay, if these small tasks are controllable, their work packages will come under control. If work packages are coming under control, then deliverables are coming under control, then sub project is coming under control, and whole the project is coming under control. Okay, you cannot just focus on a project. Okay, because there are n number of activities. Okay, linkages are there, so you cannot concentrate on each and every activity. Okay, so you have to just divide the whole project in small tasks, and you have to control that small task. If you are controlling that small task, then your whole project will be come under your control. Okay, many project managers refers the foundation of the project planning. Work breakdown structure is a foundation of a project planning. Okay, PMBOK, project management book of knowledge. Okay, PMBOK is nothing but project management book of knowledge guide as a deliverable oriented hierarchical decomposition of a work to be executed by the project team to accomplish the project objectives and create the required deliverables. Okay, what do you mean by WBS, work breakdown structure, according to PMBOK? What is the definition of work breakdown structure? It is a deliverable oriented hierarchical decomposition of a work to be executed by the project team to accomplish the project objectives and create a required deliverables. Okay, why to create WBS for a project? What is the purpose of doing? What is the purpose does it serve to project and project team? There are three reasons of using work breakdown structure. Now, first is that it helps more accurately and specifically define and organize the scope of the total project. Okay, so this is the first point. Then the most common way this is done by using a hierarchical tree structure. Okay, each level of a structure breaks the project deliverables and objects down to more specific, measurable, manageable tasks. So this is the first step. Okay, so this is the first reason we have to do work breakdown structure. Second reason is by using WBS, it helps to assigning responsibilities. Okay, means suppose there is a one project, we are divided in that project, means concreting is a one part. Okay, means brickwork is another part, and your plastering is another part. Okay, now in concreting, again you are dividing your concreting part in some small tasks: concreting for slab, concreting for foundation, concreting for column. Okay, now uh, each task you can assign one separate team on that task. Okay, one means that team is responsible for that task, and that task will under controllable under that team. Okay, so this is another reason. The second reason of WBS, it helps assigning the responsibility. You can assign the responsibility of each person or each team to complete that task. Okay, so resource allocation is easy, monitoring of project is also become easy, and controlling of project is also become easy. WBS makes deliverables more precise and concrete, so that project team knows exactly what is to be accomplished within each deliverable. Means that project team, suppose X project team is there, we have assigned one Y task for that team. Okay, so that team is known that what is what is to be accomplished, and within each deliverable what he has to complete. Okay, what is the time limit, what are the different quantities, how will you control the quality, everything will be comes under that project team. Okay, so this is also allows the better estimation of a cost, risk, time, because one can work from a smaller task back up to the level of a entire project. Okay, finally, third reason is it allows double check all the deliverables specific with the stakeholders and make sure there is nothing missing or overlapping. Okay, you will get to know that is there any missing, something is missing or not, or something is overlapping or not. Okay, everything you will get to know that. Creating WBS is an art. It is not an easy job to break the requirement in a feature and sub features. Okay, it needs a good level of experience for a making of work breakdown structure, and it respective domain. Managers shall be a very careful while creating WBS, as a work set of work packages and their hierarchy can disturb whole the project planning, execution, and delivery. Work breakdown structure should not be finalized independently. Okay, that should be go from each level of manager. Okay, it is always good to have brainstorming with the team and design a good WBS and get a reviewed by them. Okay, there should be a brainstorming session after doing a work breakdown structure, and if there are any necessary additions or changes, you can do it after the brainstorming session with the team. More experience and focused thinking you will apply to this process, more will the quality of a outcome. If you give a more focus, more thinking on this process, you will get the better quality from your project. Now WBS helps at almost at every step of project. Like, okay, first is project scope definition. Okay, where it helps to define the project scope definition, to understand the functionality in a greater detail, and to find out the queries which can affect the development. Second one, it helps for working planning and allocation, to identify right resources for a work unit considering the skill and requirements. Third one is your activity management and their networking, to help drawing the network of activities implementation after considering their interdependencies, and find out the critical path out of the project. It shows the various dependencies in project execution. It helps achieve better activity management and reducing the waiting time of the resources. Okay, so this is also one important where WBS is helps. Then it helps on change management and risk management. Okay, to evaluate the effect of new changes in addition of new work items in earlier WBS. Okay, if you add some new items, then what will be the risk involved in that? What will be the changes in that? Okay, that everything you will get in WBS. It will reflect the changes in network diagram, then the schedule and the network allocation to analyze the effect of the change on project. uh, this way it also reduces the risk of your project. Next one, it helps in communication management. Once the detailed work breakdown structure is created, it will help clearly communicate with all the stakeholders. Like it helps to communicating in the responsibilities to the team member. Okay, which work is assigned to which team member. Okay, so you can communicate with that member only. So the communication will become easy. Okay, will easily identify who is the responsible for that task. Okay, by just looking at the word WBS. Communicating with the client for the scope, then with the vendors for the intermediate supply, with the quality assurance team and exact requirement and schedule, with the management of execution and delivery plan. Okay, then again it helps in performance management in assigning responsibilities to a team members. Then work breakdown structure helps to evaluate their outcomes efficiently and to make them understand gap in expectations. Okay, what are the gap in expectations that you will get to know from the WBS while doing the performance. Then quality management. Okay, so this is also important since the project required are cleared without any ambiguity. Okay, your quality of the project should be good. The quality checks can be more efficiently applied. Each independent work, you can focus on each independent work due to the work breakdown structure. Okay, so you can improve the quality. Okay, items can be tested individually before the merging with the other works. Then next one is your vendor management. Accurate planning, scheduling and networking helps manage the vendor efficiently. Thus the good WBS helps in many aspects in almost all the stages of the project. This provides central organization under undersigned the project and serves as a common frame of the other functions such as the planning, then scheduling, cost estimating, configuring, monitoring, budgeting, reporting, okay, controlling and directing. Okay, entire project will helps. The role of WBS can be summarized as, okay. So in summary, what we will say, to break the major project in deliverables into a small components to improve the accuracy and of a cost estimates, to provide mechanism for a collecting and organizing the funds, and to provide the mechanism for performance measurement and a control. Okay, now the methodology to develop WBS. Okay, what is the methodology to develop the WBS? So this is the general structure of a WBS. Okay, a project is split into a different levels from top to bottom. An illustrative example, okay, we'll see. That means you have to divide the whole project, that is whole to part. Okay, not from part to whole. You have to divide the project whole into the part. Okay, so that we call as a whole to part relation between the project. Their projects are divided into sub projects, deliverable work packages, then task. Okay, work packages are the small self-contained grouping of the work task considering necessary for the level of control needed. Being a smallest duration of the task can be in a days or a for a or to a few weeks. Okay, so since this is the general structure, project is divided into some phase one, phase two, then deliverables, sub project. Okay, now phase one again divided into some parts. Now see here, phase one we will skip. Phase two is divided into deliverables, one, two, three. Okay, now for project, when you divide the project into sub projects or in phases, we'll give numbering to it. So phase one, phase two, deliverable three, four, five. Okay, and below that phase one or phase two, whatever the work is, you have again divided into small tasks that you have to number again. Suppose here in phase number two we have divided over the work in deliverable one, two, three, so it comes as a 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Okay, and out of that, suppose again we have divided the deliverable 2.2 is again some small task, then it is deliverable 2.2.1, 2.2.2, right? Then so again we have divided 2.2.1 in work packages, small work packages. Then it becomes 2.2.1.1, 2.2.1.2, 2.2.1.3, right? Like that, you have to divide your whole project in a small task. So this is the uh, tree tree branches like a structure. Okay, This is the main your project, and these are the some like streams or branches in your project. The sub-projects are assumed to be higher level than the work packages, and tasks are assumed at a lower level than the work packages. Now, figure 1.14.1 shows the sample of a WBS with some branches decomposed with the down through the work packages that we have already seen. Decomposition of project in sub-projects, then further into work packages, and ultimately into the task is to be done carefully. Decomposition of the total project's works generally involves the following activities in sequence. First, identifying the deliverables and related work, then structuring and organizing the WBS, then decomposing the upper WBS level into a lower detail components, then developing the assigning identification codes to the WBS components. Okay, that coding that I have already told means two. Again, there are division of 2.1, 2.1.2, 2.1.2, 2.1.3, like that. You have to do the coding. Verifying the degree of decomposition of the work is necessary and sufficient. Identifying the major deliverables of the project and work needed to produce these deliverables required. Analyzing and detailed project scope statement. This analysis requires degree of expert judgment to identify all the work included in the project management deliverables and those deliverables required by the contract. Okay. Now we will see one building WBS for a construction of a building. Okay. So this is important. You will get more idea how the WBS is exactly. Okay. So level one is the building of construction, which is the main project. Okay. So the name of project is construction of a building. So this is the main project. We have to divide this project in a small task. Okay. It is divided into next two levels. Okay. Next level number two of deliverables, that is site clearance and cleaning, foundation superstructure work till handover. Okay. See here, we'll straight away we'll see the work breakdown structure. Then we'll get, so this is WBS level one. Okay, work breakdown structure level one, that is building construction. We are given the number one project name as one building construction. We have divided that building construction in small tasks or deliverables. First, we have divided into some deliverables. Now, what are the deliverables? First, site clearance. Okay. Second one is foundation, then plumbing work, then sanitary work, then waterproofing, door and window fixing, compound wall, site cleaning, and handover. Okay, we have divided into these small deliverables. Okay, now first site clearance. Okay, in site clearance, there is suppose there is one another task. We have divided this in some points like a site clearance. First, cleaning the site. Okay, removing of bushes. Okay, that is come under this. Okay, and then again leveling. Okay, leveling of a ground. So you can divide this into some another task, right? Then foundation, you can again divide foundation into some task. Every point you have to divide in small task. Okay, suppose you have taken here 1.3 as a superstructure of work. First one says site clearance, then foundation, then third one is superstructure of work. Okay, now this is we are dividing into some small parts. Everything you have to divide in small task. First, for better understanding, we will take first only one point out of this, that is first deliverable, superstructure of work. Okay, now superstructure of work we are again dividing into small tasks. The it has 1.3. Okay, so everything the coding you are doing up below that is 1.3.1, 1.3.2, 1.3.3, like that. Okay, so superstructure of work is again divided into first RCC work, then brick work, then plastering, then tiling, painting, other finishing work. Okay, now again RCC work you can divide into small tasks, that is RCC work for column, RCC work for slab and beam. Okay, now again slab and beam you can divide into small tasks, means erection from formwork, laying of reinforcement, checking, concreting, and curing. Okay, so these are the very small tasks where you can assign your resources. Erection of formwork, you can assign resources, you can deploy your labors, you can deploy material for that. Okay, uh, so everything is assigned here. Okay, so if you can take a control on this small task. Okay, so the whole this deliverable slab and beam is come under your control. Okay, if it is come under control, then column is come under control, then RCC work is come under control. Okay, like that all other works are come under control. If all these works are come under control, then your superstructure work is come under control. So you can focus on each and every point on that structure. Okay, so this is the work breakdown structure of a small building project. Now we'll see one another example, simple example. Residential building. Okay, how will you divide the work breakdown structure? Residential building, first we have divided this project in foundation, then precast, superstructure and finishes. Okay, now foundation is again divided into base construction, raft construction, plinth wall construction, ground floor construction. Okay, precast structure we can divide it into first floor, second floor, third floor, and parapet and GPS. Okay, finishes you can divide it into electric, roof, staircase, CNG work, flooring, painting, and fixing. Okay, out of this you can again divide any one deliverable into small tasks. So this is the coding. So this is the work breakdown structure, and WBS coding it is common for elements of numbered sequentially to reveal the hierarchy structure as shown in figure. Okay, level 1.0 is the building construction, 1.3 is the superstructure level. Okay, so below the superstructure, this deliverable, whatever you are dividing that work in small tasks, you have to give the numbering as a 1.3 in front of that 1.3.1, 1.3.2, and so on. Okay, WBS elements are the numbers separately by the decimal point, and those indicates level of WBS coding scheme. Also helps WBS elements to recognize the any written context. Okay, so this is about the work breakdown structure. With this I will stop here. In next lecture we'll start with the critical path method. Okay, thank you.